Hi, I am Miss Hernandez. Hi, I am Miss Hernandez. I am your daughter's seventh grade science teacher, and I'm going to go over slides that are in English, of how the class runs, syllabus, how you can contact me, okay? And hopefully clear up some questions you might have had. So here's a little intro to my life. I have a cat and a dog. Again, my name is Regina Hernandez. I have been teaching for 17 years. My first half of teaching was at Long Beach and Azusa Unified, and I would say the last 6 years have been at Riverside Unified. It's been great. I have my degrees in biology and my master's in science education. In the past, I have taught Avid. I have been department chairs of science in a couple of schools. I used to coach basketball for a long time when I first started teaching, and I've been part of school site council several times. If you ever need to contact me, the best contact is, even in Spanish, you can type in Spanish, is rlhernandez@riverside.org. And that's the best way to contact me. Your son or daughter can actually do an office hour with me on Wednesdays from 10:45 to 11:30, but that is under Google Classroom classwork, and there's a link to that. That one's for all of my classes, all of them. So that's why it's a separate one. But on those specific days, if your son or daughter needs help, your child needs help understanding something, on the days I meet period 1 and 3, Monday, Thursdays, they can show up in the morning. For example, period 3, your son, daughter can show up at 9:45 to 10:30, and I will be there on the Google Meet, explain there to answer questions. If they have questions, I will answer. I'll help them. And same thing for period 2, 4, 6, but on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm not giving out my phone number. I'm not giving it out. I am going, it's my personal number, but I can do a Google talk with you from 3:40 to 5 p.m. If you want to arrange a time for a meeting that way, we can do that. So it's totally doable. But email is the best way. So you can type your email to me, and I try my best to answer back in 24 hours. If you want to join Remind, or have your child join, it's on your cell phone. And what it is text messaging. It's just me texting to you. And it's not really long. I only do it 3 or 4 times a week at the most. And it's usually letting you know when something's due, or if there's a tech issue happening. And you're welcome to join it or have your child join it. You would just type in that number, 81010, and then the message would be that message at 2G369GA. Okay? And it helps a lot. It helps you remember when something's going on. Here's my syllabus. I have it on the student site on Google site and parent sites. So first I want to show you here, I am going to put these slides on the Google Classroom right next to where these videos are. And if you click here, it will take you to this. This is for parents. This is for you. And it doesn't have a lot on it right now, but it will have resources and videos. Give me like a week. It'll have stuff that'll answer your questions. It will also have, if you scroll down, it has the syllabus, everything I'm going over today. It will have the syllabus on there for you. So if you forget something, you'll remember it on there. And that's always going to be open for you. We have work every day. We're working on something, whether it's the morning or afternoon. I do accept class work late, about a week late. 1 week. Yes, there is going to be homework. Most of the time, the homework will be anything they didn't get done during the class time. Okay, that's most of the time the homework. They have to finish the work. Classwork is about 50% of their grade, and then tests, quizzes are 40%, and projects are 40%, and then 10% is a digital science journal we do every day. Though we don't have a lot of quizzes, if they don't do well on quizzes, it brings their grade down really fast because we don't have the quizzes very often. Students are allowed to make up quizzes, like if they're absent, that's fine, but I really don't do retakes at this time, okay? Here's the grading scale. How to get an A, B, C, D, F. We want to make sure kids get A, B, or C. No D's or F's. Let's not have that, because that means that they're not learning at the level they should be learning. And I'm there to help. Again, I'm there every morning, depending on what day of the week it is. I'm there in the morning for about almost 45 minutes, there to help kids if they're behind. It's up to them to show up, though. So, overview of Google Classroom. So on Google Classroom, every week on a Monday, Tuesday, I will have a set of slides. And those set of slides are cut up Monday, every day for them to work on something. I see them in the afternoon 3 times a week, and we do some of the slides together as we're learning. But then every morning they should be working on something. Just in case you didn't know this, your son or daughter is supposed to be working on stuff in the morning as well for science. I can't speak for the other classes, but I'm sure they're doing the same, because they're doing 2 days worth of science in one day. I am running into students that are not doing any of the work in the morning, because I can check. And then when they come in the afternoon, they're always confused and don't know what they're supposed to be doing, because what they've done is they skipped work, and now they're trying to do the work that would have helped them understand it. So if they're sleeping in, till 10 or 11, and they don't do any of that work, they're always going to be confused. And I'm there in that morning time if they have any questions. So please encourage them to make sure they do that work, because if they don't, they're going to always be behind and have a lot of missing work. And for science, it's just independent block. I do my best to make it only like 25 minutes of work at the most, even though they have 55-minute block. Most of the time they turn in stuff will be in Google Classroom, majority of the time. Yes, I will use Amplify, I will use Flipgrid, I will use Edpuzzle, but those will be once in a while, and then there'll be a link for it in the slides. And then the slides will help them kind of monitor what they're supposed to be working on. They should be looking at their classwork in the stream on the mornings that we meet. So period 1 and 3, I see Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So in the morning, they should be checking what they should be working on. Period 2, 4, and 6, I see them Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So on those mornings, they should be waking up and seeing what they're supposed to be working on. Definitely check Aries at least once a week to see how the grades are, or have them check. Maybe parents, I recommend checking at least every 2-3 weeks, just in case. I am starting to send out emails for kids who are really, really behind, though. Online behavior, you've probably seen this a lot, but we got to make sure no one's cheating, no one's being disrespectful. When we're having conversations, everyone gives everyone time. We have to understand that this is a different setting, so everything's being recorded, everything's on the chat. That we have to make sure we follow those rules to make sure this is a safe place. Also, when we are on the Google Meet, make sure that that the mics are off, and make sure they're paying attention. If a student has to use a restroom, I don't mind if they go get something to eat or drink real quick, or the restroom, but they shouldn't be gone for a long time. And they need to turn on their camera when they do that, so I can see that there is a kid missing, because it has happened many times where I call a kid and no one answers, and then we're waiting because we think they're shy or they're typing, and then we find out that they were in the restroom or getting something to eat. That's why I'm asking them to turn on the camera, so when they're gone, we know they're gone, and when, of course, they come back, they can turn it back off. Here are all the apps we use in the class. We're going to use all of those. Google Classroom, G Suite, Science Curriculum, great. Your Aries, BrainPop, Flipgrid, Edpuzzle, YouTube, Clever. Clever's great. You should have a kid use Clever, because you can get all of these. You can put them into Clever, so then there's one spot they can go to. Okay? Attendance, I try my best to look at when the kids are in class, I try to see who's here. But then there's some kids that show up for 5 minutes and then they leave. So then I might mark them here and then not realize that they've left, because there's 35 kids, and I try to pay attention to who's leaving, who's coming back. I know there's tech issues. Some kids leave for about 5 minutes and then they're back because their internet was slow. So what I've done is I do Google Sheet at the end of the day. So the last 5-10 minutes of class, I put a link on the chat. They type in their first and last name and the secret code for the day. So then I know they were there for pretty much the whole class. And even kids that get knocked out for a minute or two, when they come back in, I just give them the link again. So that's how I take attendance, and I even stay afterwards. So even though class is over, I'll still stay until the last kid is done. Here's an example activity from last week. So as you can see up here, it says Tuesday morning. So that was a message to those kids. This is what you should be working on today in the morning, not in the afternoon, not on Monday, not on Wednesday, just for this moment. And they were supposed to read an article. And then afterwards, they're supposed to watch this little quick 2-minute video about models and then just answer these 2 questions. So this is a slide I would grade at the end of the week, making sure they did that work. And then they would click over and see that it says afternoon, which means stop. We're not doing that right now. That was the morning work. And then when I meet them in the afternoon, then I would have them go to this slide. And then we follow along where we went over the article again together. And then we watched these videos together and had them pick one so that the next day they were prepared to do their drawing. Okay, so thank you again. That's my email. If you're welcome to email me anytime. If you want to have a phone call conversation, just email me. We can make an appointment. Even if it's in Spanish, I can find a way that we can have that conversation. But please do not hesitate to email me, rlhernandez@riverside.org. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. And we're going to get through this. It'll work. The kids are awesome so far. They're doing a great job. They're being patient with me, and I appreciate it. These slides will be on the Google Classroom where you saw the video. So if you missed anything, you can find it there. All right. Have a good one.